This is a story before the story of Harry Potter. And we are Phoenix Fire, and this is the legend of the Sorting Hat. Ooh.
Long before Harry and his friends, there were 4 wizards who wanted to create a school of wizardry and witchcraft where they could practice magic. There was Godric Gryffindor, who was courageous, honest, and pure of heart, and slightly wide of girth, but furthermore, he happened to not own a comb. There was Helga Hufflepuff, who was caring in her heart and soul, and always ready to help a friend. There was also Rowena Ravenclaw, who was logical, peaceful, and never found herself unprepared for a challenge. And finally, who could forget good old Salazar Slytherin, who could be cold, calculated, but would always come to the aid of his friends when push came to shove. Together, they were an unbeatable group of wizards and witches.
I love practicing magic. I only wish we had a magical place where we could teach others and continue our legacy of magic.
Suddenly, out of nowhere, a strange spoon with a hat arrived to deliver an important message of a fabled sorting hat.
Did I hear you wanting to start a school of wizardry and witchcraft? Well, I have an item that could help you. You see, far away from here, there is a sacred village, where in a cave in the mountains where there is a magical fabled sorting hat that could help you create a special school for magic. This hat could solve all of your troubles. However, it is not easy to find, and you may encounter many troubles to retrieve that hat. So go get it!
And then Godric Gryffindor exclaimed,
I'm always up for an adventure. Let's go!
And helpful Helga Hufflepuff said,
Indeed, I will help you.
And Rowena Ravenclaw agreed, but cautioned her friends.
I want to go too, but we must be cautious and not forget our wands or swords to protect ourselves from any large mammals we might find along the way.
Of course, Salazar Slytherin said,
I ain't afraid of no mammals.
You mean you aren't afraid of any mammals?
No.
Very well then.
All 4 wizards decided to go on an adventure for the fabled hat. Once they had almost arrived at the crest of the mountain, they heard a terrible noise. They looked up to see a huge brown yak with big wide eyes. The yak started to charge them, but the wizards did not back down. Oh, no, 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 for Salazar Slytherin exclaimed,
Let us kill him quickly so we can grab that fabled hat.
But the fabled hat had never warned us of any killer yaks. What should we do? How will we ever survive? It's too large.
Hush, we can do this.
After many hours of fighting the evil yak, Gryffindor exclaimed,
Let's finish this battle.
And at that moment, Gryffindor jumped in the air, and he held his powerful orange sword above his head in order to plunge it into the yak's heart, when suddenly his sword got caught in his hair. All of a sudden, the ever helpful Helga Hufflepuff cried out.
Wait, violence is not good.
And the perfect spell occurred to her, and she shouted,
Veliamos.
And all of a sudden, all the wizards dropped their swords, and the yak stopped charging the wizards, and his eyes softened, and his heart grew 3 sizes that day. The wizards all hugged the yak. And Slytherin said,
I'm sorry we almost killed you. It's just that we are on a quest to find a fabled hat so we can open a school of wizardry and witchcraft.
And the yak replied,
I know where that hat is. You must climb higher and find the middle cave that looks like a hat.
Just before the wizards reached the peak of the mountain, they saw the cave that the yak had described. But suddenly, arrows started flying out at them, and they hid, and they had to jump to avoid getting hit. But then, as if on cue, all 4 wizards screamed out,
Totalis!
and all the arrows stopped dropping, and the fabled sorting hat appeared before them. And the sorting hat said,
Aha! I am the fabled sorting hat. You wizards have proven yourselves worthy of amazing talents and wise choices. You choose peace over violence when you made friends with the yak. You demonstrated ability to be flexible and quick thinking when you were with the arrows. And finally, you demonstrated extraordinary teamwork to stop the arrows. Those are exact qualities needed to start the school for wizardry and witchcraft. I would be honored to go with you to your school.
And the wizards were thrilled. They took the magical sorting hat home, and shortly after that, they started the famous Hogwarts School of Wizardry and Witchcraft. The four wizards became the first professors at the legendary school, and to this day, the four houses bear the names of those adventurous wizards. Thank you.
So much. And we're standing.
And we have Lorelei as Helga Hufflepuff, Sophia as Rowena Ravenclaw, Stafford as Gryffindor, sorry, and Walker as Salazar Slytherin. The yak and the strange hat was done by Garrett. Narrator 1 was Anna, and I was narrator 2. Thank you. Drew was the real sorting hat.